Hey everybody, Nick here, and I got a quick public service announcement for you. Every year, Spyderco announces their list of discontinued knives. Spyderco makes a lot of knives, and so they have to discontinue a lot of knives if they want to keep introducing new designs. Sometimes these are poor sellers, sometimes these are fine sellers that are getting replaced with a newer version, and sometimes it's just their time. So this is always a good thing to take a look at. If you want something that's on the list, this is really getting to be the time to get it. And I figured I'd highlight a couple of entries here. Here's the official list as posted on the Spyderco forums by Taz Christie, who is one of their employees. A couple of things of note here. The Sage, the bolt action Sage is going away here soon, and that's, if you're wanting a full Sage collection, check it out. I've only handled one briefly in a store. Kind of interesting, but never really turned my crank. But it's still an interesting knife, so keep in mind that one's going away. The Nilaka is another knife that I have actually gotten a chance to do a full review on, and that's going to be airing before too long here. And it's a really great purpose-built slicing tool. It's very weird, very interesting, but if you're looking at the Nilaka, consider picking one of those up. The Battle Station is kind of a weird knife in that it's got a compound grind. Might be interesting to a lot of people. The Kiwi 4... I've done a full review of. Not a huge fan of the Kiwi 4. Spyderco is designed for Denmark's knife laws. Denmark's knife laws just changed, so that may be the issue here. The Birch Chubby is a knife that seems like I should love, because it's a relatively small titanium frame lock sort of thing, but it never really stuck with me. I've tried a couple of times in stores, and each time it's just like, no, this is a little too thick and a little too much belly, and never quite appealed. But it's an interesting knife, so you might consider checking it out. It's pretty unique. The K2 is a knife that I've got a review coming up of. I think that'll be the week of November 20th. Around there someplace, and it's a very huge, very scary, very weird knife. You can get them on a pretty good discount right now, so that's kind of a beautiful thing. The Rubicon, it disappoints me to see on this list, because this is one heck of a knife. I've got a review already of it, and it's just a great example of the knife-making art. Everything on that knife is done really well. They're replacing it with the Rubicon 2, which is a much less impressive knife, at least on the surface. They've kind of gotten rid of a lot of what made the Rubicon interesting, the high knife-making sorts of things, and they're trying to make what isn't a terribly practical folder into a budget sort of option, still for $209. I don't get it. But I am, by the way, on the pre-order list for the Magnitude, same designer, bigger knife, so should be interesting at least. The dog tags are going away, whatever. The Stretch is going to be getting a new version before too long here. I think they're going to the Stretch too, and I've got a review of the Stretch coming up before too long. And I think that's really the only things that are super interesting on here, except a little reminder that nothing is more important than this one day. So, there you go. But that's what's being discontinued. A couple that you may want to look out for. The Rubicon original, the K2 is interesting, the Nilaka is interesting. And, beyond that, nothing on here that I'm really going to be crying too much about. The Sabo is absolutely crazy. If you're interested in absolutely crazy. But, yeah, there you go. Hope this is interesting and useful to you, and that you have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.